Monteforte Irpino bus and truck disaster. Italy 2013. On July 28, 2013, a bus carrying 48 passengers was returning from a pilgrimage in southern Italy. While descending a highway near Monteforte Irpino, the bus experienced brake failure. Witnesses reported sparks from beneath the vehicle before it began accelerating uncontrollably. The bus collided with several cars before crashing through a highway barrier. It then fell nearly 100 feet off an overpass. 38 people were killed. Investigators later found that the bus had passed inspection despite severely worn brakes. The maintenance company faced criminal charges. Texas migrant truck tragedy. United States 2022. On June 27, 2022, authorities in San Antonio, Texas, discovered an abandoned tractor trailer near a railroad track. Inside the trailer were dozens of migrants who had been smuggled across the border. Temperatures that day exceeded 100 degrees Fahrenheit. The trailer had no functioning air conditioning. There was no water. People inside began losing consciousness from heat stroke. By the time emergency responders arrived, 53 people were dead. It became the deadliest human smuggling incident in U.S. history. The driver attempted to flee, but was later arrested. Multiple individuals were charged with human trafficking, resulting in death. The Doti Gorge bus crash, Nepal. On October 6, 2014, a crowded passenger bus was traveling along a narrow mountain road in Doti district in western Nepal. The vehicle was carrying nearly 100 passengers heading home for the Dashain festival. While navigating a steep section of road near the village of Shataiwan, the bus suddenly veered off the edge. It plunged more than 200 meters into a deep gorge below. When rescue teams arrived, the wreckage was scattered across the mountainside. At least 25 people were killed, and dozens more were seriously injured. Nepal faces repeated transport disasters caused by narrow mountain roads, overloaded vehicles, mechanical failure, and poor road conditions. Many of these tragedies occur during Dashain, when holiday travel pushes the country's roads to their limit. I-70 runaway truck crash, Colorado 2019. On April 25, 2019, a semi-truck hauling lumber was descending Interstate 70 west of Denver. The highway includes steep mountain grades. Investigators later determined that the truck's brakes overheated while descending. The driver missed a designated runaway truck ramp. As the truck gained speed, it lost all braking capability. Traffic ahead was stopped due to construction. The semi-truck slammed into multiple vehicles at high speed. A chain reaction crash followed. Vehicles ignited. 4 people were killed. Several others suffered severe burns and injuries. The driver was initially sentenced to 110 years in prison. After public outcry, his sentence was later reduced to 10 years. Caldecott tunnel tanker explosion. United States 1982. On April 7, 1982, a gasoline tanker truck was traveling through the Caldecott tunnel in California. The tunnel connects Oakland to central Contra Costa County. At approximately 6 a.m., the tanker struck the wall while exiting the tunnel bore. The collision caused the tanker to overturn. Nearly 8,700 gallons of gasoline spilled instantly. Within seconds, the vapor ignited. An explosion followed. The blast created a fireball that reached temperatures high enough to melt steel. 7 people were killed. Many others suffered severe burns. The investigation found that the truck was traveling at excessive speed while descending. Puisseguin truck bus fire. On October 23, 2015, a truck carrying lumber was traveling along a rural road near Puisseguin in southwestern France. At the same time, a bus carrying elderly passengers on a day trip was approaching from the opposite direction. At around 7:30 a.m., the truck drifted slightly into the bus's lane while navigating a curve. The two vehicles collided head-on. The truck's fuel tank ruptured instantly. Fuel poured directly into the front of the bus. The bus caught fire within seconds. The passengers inside were mostly retirees between the ages of 70 and 90. Many were unable to move quickly. The narrow aisle became blocked almost immediately. The fire spread with extreme speed due to the wooden cargo and fuel ignition. 43 people were killed. It became the deadliest road accident in France in over 3 decades. The investigation concluded that both vehicles were traveling within speed limits. The accident was attributed to momentary lane deviation and road design limitations. Carrollton bus collision. On the night of May 14, 1988, a church group from Kentucky was returning home from an amusement park. There were 67 people on board the bus, most of them teenagers. At 10:55 p.m., while traveling southbound on Interstate 71 near Carrollton, a pickup truck driven by a heavily intoxicated man entered the highway, going the wrong direction. His blood alcohol level was more than twice the legal limit. He collided head-on with the church bus. The impact ruptured the bus's fuel tank. Within seconds, the vehicle was engulfed in flames. The fire spread so quickly that passengers had almost no time to escape. The bus had only one usable narrow exit door. Panic followed. People were trapped between seats. Others were overcome by smoke before flames even reached them. 27 people died. Most were teenagers between the ages of 10 and 19. It remains the deadliest drunk driving crash in U.S. history. The driver survived. He was sentenced to 16 years in prison and later paroled. If you're interested in uncovering the world's wildest disasters and tragedies, then subscribe to Archives of Tragedies. See you in the next video.